Certified by WeatherRate as Central Illinois' most accurate for the 5th year running. This is your WCIA 3 forecast first.
This Tuesday morning, starting off warm, mild, even a bit muggy too, with a lot of that moisture in the air, which is helping to create a lot of that fog that we see across the area right now. Now, the temperature is currently in the mid and upper 60s, closer to 70 here in Champaign, 68, 67 in Mattoon. Throughout the day, yes, we are going to see more of the clouds around, but yes, maybe even some of those rain chances. Those will be primarily during the morning, and we'll give you a detailed look at that coming up. WCIA 3, your local news leader, starts now.
Now on WCIA 3 News.
Governor Rauner is back in Springfield after an overseas trip, and Illinois is already a candidate for an influx of jobs. We'll tell you which automakers are considering the Prairie State. But first, the state's infrastructure is slowly crumbling, and lawmakers are looking at ways to pay for improvements. How much money could soon be spent upgrading our roadways?
You're watching your news leader. This is The Morning Show on X49.
So I've seen bridge jobs where they're doing a short, small skim on top of a bad deck just to get by. It's a Band-Aid. It's not even a good one.
Construction workers are responding to reports that lawmakers could have their eyes on a big infrastructure package. Good morning, I'm Emily Braun. Infrastructure improvements have been a long time coming across Illinois. A major roads bill has not been passed since the early days of the Quinn administration. WCIA 3's Capitol Bureau Chief Mark Maxwell reports that roads are falling apart faster than we can keep them maintained.
You've got bridges in the state of Illinois that if the common citizen walked under them and looked at the state of the concrete, they'd be appalled.
Now that the bulk of the budget battle is over, top leaders in Springfield have their eyes on a capital bill to invest in roads, bridges, and infrastructure around the state.
I believe the infrastructure in Illinois has been lacking for attention for quite some time. I think everyone here agrees that we probably should have had a capital bill at least 2 or 3 years ago.
6 years without a capital bill. We had a crumbling infrastructure before the logjam at the State House. It's done nothing but exponentially got worse.
Upon returning from a trip overseas, Governor Rauner says his office plans to kickstart renewed budget talks with legislative leaders.
The leaders are starting meeting tomorrow.
We need to think about how we're going to budget to make sure that roads and bridges don't fall into disrepair and need replaced, that they actually get maintained and kept in decent working order, because that's a big part of how you keep the economy going and growing and how you attract new folks to come here.
But how do you pay for it? Some ideas include raising the gas tax or taxing services. Local union boss Brad Shivey says he hopes leaders can fund infrastructure without new taxes. But even so, says investment is still worth it.
And that's where your children are on school buses. That's where your semis are going over. Look how many times you've been stopped on a bridge. And unfortunately, nobody's got a plan to fix it. And it just gets worse every year.
That was Mark Maxwell with that report. Late last night, sources close to the talks denied a gas tax increase is anywhere in the mix. Lawmakers last raised the gas tax in 1991 up to 19 cents a gallon, where it still stands today. Illinois does have a big chunk of money set aside for road projects, though. The road fund is just shy of $1 billion. The last capital bill was $27 billion, and most of that was borrowed money. Several sidewalks will be closed on the U of I campus in the next few weeks, but it's not because of MCOR. Starting tomorrow, the sidewalk on the south side of Nevada Street, east of Matthews, will be closed for a few days and will close again on the 25th for utility work. And parts of the sidewalk around Smith Memorial Hall will be closed for that building's renovation, also starting on the 25th, but that one should be done mid-October. And a bridge in Mahomet might delay your travel to work. The bridge that carries Route 150 over the Sangamon River is under construction. IDOT says traffic will be reduced to 1 lane there. Construction should be complete by the end of October. The CUMTD is changing the future of transportation. They received a grant for nearly $1.5 million for hydrogen fuel cell electric buses. They won't have a traditional engine, and they also will not have emissions. They'll be able to split molecules of water to create both hydrogen and oxygen as fuel.
such an awesome process. We can use solar panels like we've got behind us to power the production of the hydrogen fuel, and then the only cost we have in that is water.
And they will be the first in the nation to commercially use the energy-efficient buses, and they plan to get 2 of them in 2019. Each bus costs just under $1.5 million. An Urbana man has been awarded $15,000 after being arrested for burning an American flag last year. It's a WCIA 3 follow-up for you. Britton Mellett burned the flag over the 4th of July weekend last year as a part of a political protest. The ACLU says Mellett was unlawfully arrested, though, for the act because the Supreme Court says flag desecration is protected speech. Urbana police said they arrested him for his safety because he was being threatened. A year after a man was hit by a car and left for dead, his family says they're still waiting for an apology from the driver. In August of 2016, Jeff Stacy was hit while walking near the intersection of Broadway and University in Urbana. The driver took off and still has not been caught. Stacy later died from his injuries. His family says he would have turned 56 on Monday. His brother believes it was most likely an accident, but they still want the driver to come forward. Urbana police have asked the public to call them with any information about who may have been the driver. And if you drive on Route 10, you may have noticed the SWAT team working in a cornfield yesterday morning. Officials say it was just training and it's nothing to be concerned about. It was out near Seymour along Route 10, as mentioned. The SWAT team spent the day in the area. The search and rescue armored truck was out there as well. We took several phone calls of people wondering why it was near a cornfield, and officials say each month they pick a new spot.
We try to change it up as much as we can, and that's where we depend on the community to help us if they have a house that's going to be torn down or an old abandoned building that we can train. And, we're always looking for places to train it.
Many people were concerned that this was connected to the case of missing U of I scholar Ying Zhang, but police confirmed that it was not. But, speaking of cornfields, a lot of farmers are out there harvesting this week. So, and it seems like great weather to do it.
Yeah, now they like it to be dry usually when they go out there. Of course, a lot of heavy equipment, like it to be dry. They could have used the rain about a month or so ago, but we'll see. Things are going to look dry overall for us in the 7-day forecast, but last night, a lot of heavy rain this morning, seeing some of the showers too. But it looks like the fog, at least here at street level, beginning to lift. A look here in Champaign, your Bratcher Skycam, everything moving along just fine. Of course, you can see the road still wet because of last night's rain. We'll talk about when we could expect to see more of those rain chances as we head throughout today. Next.
From your local news leader, Anthony Antoine. Central Illinois' most accurate forecast with meteorologist Adam Claybon and live reports with Emily Braun. You're watching The Morning Show on X49.
8 out of 10 things to go wrong with a home in most cases have to do with water damage. That's where we come in here at Belden Leaf Guard. Look at Leaf Guard, the gutter that never clogs, guaranteed. It's earned the Good Housekeeping seal not once but 10 years in a row, the only seamless one-piece rainwater management system. Leaf Guard can protect your home. Don't do like Jim.
Water was coming down, spattering on the driveway. We had wooden garage doors. I had to replace both doors. So all of a sudden, my procrastination cost me big dollars.
Jim called us for good reason to get Leaf Guard, the gutter that never clogs, guaranteed. Call in today. Take advantage of our TV offer. If you call right now, this is only on television. We'll double your gift with estimate from a $50 to $100 restaurant.com. And you get Leaf Guard on your home for $79 down and $79 a month. A $250 gift card is a bonus with purchase, or you can take an additional $250 off. Remember, our TV offer will double your gift with estimate. Call now.
My wife says, "Don't listen to me." I am listening. I just didn't hear what you said. So I went into Beltone. They said, "You need hearing aids." The lady at Beltone went out of her way to help inform me what I could do. The hearing aids I've got from Beltone are actually, you don't even know you got them on, they're so comfortable. And I am very satisfied with them.
Beltone, helping the world hear better. You gotta go to the Jackson family of dealerships in Sullivan, Illinois for the Red Tagged and Ready sales event. Because we're red tagging Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, 600 total vehicles. Deeper discounts? Grab the tag. 0%? Grab the tag. Top tier trade cash? You know what to do. Plus at JacksonCars.com, you can get instant credit approval and set your monthly payment. Hurry to Deal Country in Sullivan, Illinois, because we're red tagged and ready for you.
Now, certified by Weather Rate, Central Illinois' most accurate forecast with meteorologist Adam Claybon.
So today we are going to see warm temperatures back in place. Of course, yesterday was a warm day, but this morning we had the fog around, and that's going to add a lot of that moisture to the atmosphere, which will make things feel maybe a little more muggy by the afternoon hours. Now, even though it's going to be hot for this time of the year, not going to set a record. That record for this state back in the year of 1891 at 94 degrees. Normally, though, we should be around the upper 70s, so definitely very warm for what time of year we're actually in. And, of course, only a few days away from the beginning of fall. Guess what? It looks like the first day of fall probably will be the warmest day out of the next 7. But a few lingering showers this morning. Afterwards, by the afternoon, drying out, maybe even clearing out later on this evening and tonight. More rain chances on the way by tomorrow, but those look to be small. A look at what we'll be expecting throughout today. Highs to reach the low to mid 80s, maybe even the upper 80s in Effingham's case at 89 degrees. Those showers moving out of here early. Winds between 2 to 10 out of the west tonight. More than mild and muggy weather on the way. We'll dip down only into the mid and upper 60s. Emily?
You still have kids disappearing to this day. So, you know, to have an extra eye on that, I mean, it ensures me that my kid will be safe.
A new state law could help keep your kids safe from sexual predators. In order to protect kids from sex offenders, Park District officials are now required to perform background checks on volunteers. Until now, only paid workers had to be screened. WCIA 3's Raquel Martin has more.
It's family day for the Carsons. They're having a game of 2-on-2 in Decatur's Fairview Park, but usually they're a pack of 8, with kids ranging from 2 to 14 years old.
Your head is on a constant swivel. That's what I usually tell a lot of people.
Andrea Carson says with 6 kids, it's important the park remains a safe haven.
If anything was to happen to any one of them, I just don't know what I would do.
Decatur's Park District says they're a step ahead. They already screen the hundreds of volunteers that walk through their doors every year.
You want to make sure that whether they're with a parent or not with a parent, that they're in safe hands out there.
Now every park district in the state will have to do the same. There are more than 18,000 sex offenders in the state of Illinois. Lawmakers say they hope this legislation stops them from getting any closer to children. Volunteers will go through a strict background check. Those volunteers help coach sports teams, and in Decatur, help at the zoo.
It means a lot because you don't know who people are.
When I'm not around them, I expect the people that are around them to care for them like I would.
Like many families, the Carsons put their kids in Park District programs. They say this puts their minds at ease.
All children should be protected because they can't protect themselves. So someone has to look out for them. And by the state doing that, I applaud them for that.
In Decatur, Raquel Martin, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
Right now, parks do screen volunteers for drug offenses. Decatur Park District says other felonies are dealt with on a case-by-case basis. By law, sex offenders cannot live near parks. Right now, Macon, Sangamon, and Champaign counties each have more than 300 registered sex offenders. A Hoopeston man will be arraigned later this morning on sexual abuse charges. This is new for you this morning. The incident allegedly happened on the 400 block of East Maple in Hoopeston. A parent and juvenile reported the incident to Hoopeston police. After an investigation, 29-year-old Raul Acosta was arrested last night on charges of aggravated criminal sexual abuse. A Mattoon man is in custody after he was connected to a weekend break-in. Police were called to the Town and Country Trading Center early Saturday morning. When they showed up, police say they found 24-year-old Darren Hensley inside the building. Hensley faces multiple charges, including burglary and criminal damage to property. Champaign County Sheriff's Office is asking the public's help in tracking down a burglary suspect for this week's Crime Watch. It happened at the It'll Do 2 bar on the South Lake of the Woods Road in Mahomet on September 5th. The sheriff's office says a woman tried to first break into the business early in the morning and left with nothing. Then she tried again a few hours later through a window. She took deposit bags filled with money and cigarettes. They say if you ever see a crime like this in progress, don't try and stop them.
You should sit there, and if it's okay, you can contact with the dispatcher and you can maybe observe and report. But if it's not safe so to do so, then you should retreat and just report what you saw to the dispatcher.
The suspect is described as a white woman between 5'4" and 5'6". She weighs between 140 and 150 pounds and looks to be between 20 and 30 years old. She was wearing a dark maroon or burgundy-colored hooded sweatshirt. And if you know anything, please call Crime Stoppers. The number on your screen now. You can also give tips online through a free mobile app where you don't have to give your name, and you could get a cash reward. Coming up next on the morning show, why teenagers are taking longer to mature in your Med Center 3 update.
The ladder, the extension ladder, slipped out from under me, and I wound up upside down, hanging from my leg on the extension ladder, and that wasn't too good.
So Philip decided to call us here at Belden Leaf Guard, 1-800-GUTTERS. Look at Leaf Guard, the gutter that never clogs, guaranteed. We attach it to the fascia. We guarantee it's not coming down. Don't go through another winter with those old gutters or risk a fall climbing a ladder to clean the gutters. You can get Leaf Guard on your home now, $79 down, $79 a month. A $250 gift card is a bonus with purchase if you call during this program, or you can take an additional $250 off. And we have a special TV offer only. If you call during this program, this is not on any other advertisement, only on television, we'll double your gift from a $50 to $100 restaurant.com if you call Belden Leaf Guard right now at 1-800-GUTTERS.
How would you like to be remembered? I know it's not easy to think about the end of your life, but when that time comes, you can count on the Darby family and Sunset Funeral Homes to tell your story your way. A funeral with Sunset is just so different from anyone else. As a matter of fact, they have just been honored with the National Pursuit of Excellence Award for exceptional service. I'm Judy Fraser. If you lost a loved one today, I would suggest you make just one phone call. Sunset Funeral Homes and Cremation Centers.
Before you leave on a trip, check your tire pressure. It's easy. You just need a tire gauge, a compressor, and a 6-year-old. Your PSI is inside the driver's door. Press the gauge on like this. If the number's too high, let some air out. Too low, fill it up. You can find a compressor at most gas stations. Repeat on each tire. And remember, if a 6-year-old can do it, you can too. Another helpful tip from Tatman's Towing.
You're watching The Morning Show from your local news leader.
Good morning and welcome back to the morning show. Today in your Med Center 3, teenagers are taking longer to grow up. But first, the key to losing weight may be to take a break from dieting. Dieting continuously may not be the most effective way to shed pounds, according to researchers at the University of Tasmania. They studied one group that cut calories without a break and another group that dieted 2 weeks on, then took 2 weeks off. The group that took breaks lost more weight and had better success keeping the pounds off after the trial was over. A new study in the journal Child Development shows teenagers are not growing up as fast as they used to. Researchers looked at how often today's adolescents engaged in adult activities, including drinking, working, driving, and having sex, compared to teens of decades past. They found teens in the 2010s taking longer to become involved in adult responsibilities and pleasures. The authors say the time teens are spending online may be behind the trend. And pet owners caring for seriously ill animals may be feeling an impact on their own health. Researchers call it the caregiver burden, and it's not unlike what people experience when taking care of a sick family member. The team from Kent State University found stress, anxiety, and symptoms of depression in owners of pets with chronic or terminal disease. In national news, Hurricane Maria is roaring through parts of the Caribbean already battered by Hurricane Irma. Maria made landfall on the island of Dominica Monday night as a Category 5. The powerful storm system is also expected to take aim at Puerto Rico. President Trump delivers his first speech to the United Nations General Assembly today. The address is likely to touch on President Trump's America First vision, as well as on foreign policy challenges like Iran and North Korea. On Monday, the president called on the world body to enact reforms. The country's largest toy retailer, Toys R Us, is filing for bankruptcy protection. The new financing, subject to court approval, is expected to immediately improve the company's finances. And the filing is among the largest ever by a specialty retailer and casts doubt over the future of the company's nearly 1,600 stores and 64,000 employees. And it comes just as Toys R Us is, of course, gearing up for the holiday shopping season, which accounts for the bulk of its sales. And speaking of toys, it turns out those Xbox 360 controllers can do a lot more than navigate a video game. The U.S. Navy is planning to enlist the controllers to operate periscopes aboard newer submarines. The Navy says the controllers require less training, and many younger sailors already know how to use them. And speaking of navigation, Adam, you want to navigate us through what we're supposed to? That was really bad. You know, I was trying to go for a pun there, but I'm not as good as Alex.
We can go for that.
Tell us what the weather's
going to try to navigate you. Yeah, navigate you through your day today. Of course, hopefully you'll be able to navigate through some of this fog that we have in place right now. Dense fog advisory in effect for all the counties shaded in the gray. Farther off to the west, that's going to be until 10 a.m. Visibilities most likely are going to be below the mile mark. Now, for those of us farther to the east, not to say that we won't see any fog at all, may not be as dense and also may not be as widespread. Some isolated pockets, though, could be dense, so definitely do be careful. Use those low beams and drive carefully. But watch out for the fog. Advisories are going to be in effect until 10 a.m. It looks like here where we did have more of the fog in Champaign, at least at street level, things are beginning to clear up for us just a bit more. Your Brasher sky cam, we're going to continue to see more of those partly cloudy, maybe even mostly cloudy skies as we head throughout the day. Now, temperatures mid and upper 60s already, right? We didn't cool down all that much. We have been warm recently and look to be even warmer as we head throughout the next few days. That's going to be aided by more of this westerly and southwesterly wind. Not a lot of it to go around for us, but the direction, that's going to be key as we head throughout our day. And visibilities now, at least here in Champaign, beginning to come up as we were lower than a mile about a half hour ago. We're back up to about 2.5 also in Danville. Still below that mile, around a quarter of a mile in Mattoon. And for those of us farther to the west, closer to I-55, where we are under an advisory, of course, you can see that those visibilities are much lower. We put this all into motion. You can see a lot of the clouds hanging around. Highs back around the low to mid 80s. So a warm day ahead. We'll see the clouds try to break apart for tonight, but more of a partial clearing sky for this evening and tonight. A lot of sun to start off our Wednesday. Seeing a lot more of that heat too also as we head into Wednesday. Today, 86 degrees. Winds west between 2 to 10. Tonight, we fall down to 66. Southeast winds between 2 to 5 miles per hour. And your forecast over the next 7 days, skies will be sunny as we head on into Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
You know, here at Leaf Guard, we have the only one-piece rainwater management system, and so many folks say, hey, we got the same thing, Leaf Guard. No, they don't. Let's talk about the first thing they say. We got a gutter cover that goes over the old gutter. Now, let's get a shot of the old gutter. You know, it's got holes, it screws, it's got dents in it. Then you put the topper on it. The top doesn't match the bottom. Look at that. Or then they say, hey, we got something better, the screen or the mesh that sits on top of the old gutter. Now look at this. Everything starts to build on top of that screen or the mesh. You see what I'm talking about? I mean, and eventually everything sets on top of there and it becomes a mess. They say nothing gets in your gutter with the screen or the mesh. That's right, not even the water. Look at what happens. See how the water goes over the front, not in? Why don't you call to get Leaf Guard today? Take advantage of this special offer, $79 down, $79 a month. Receive a $250 gift card with purchase or take an additional $250 off. We'll double your gift with estimate from $50 to $100. Restaurant.com.
At Shields right now, we're giving away a lifetime powertrain warranty to all our customers. It's a warranty for as long as a person owns a vehicle. It's something only we do in the area, and it's of great value to the customer. I have had people ask, you know, what's the catch? There really is no catch. All you have to do is to do the regular maintenance that the manufacturer requires of the vehicle. And you have a warranty for as long as you own the vehicle. Our slogan is cars cost less than the country. We're only about 13 minutes from Champaign. But how far would you travel for true peace of mind?
Invest wisely in your home with new gutters with leaf protection from Tailored Seamless Gutters. Stay off the ladder this fall with Tailored Seamless Gutters Leaf Protection System. Call today for your free estimate from Tailored Seamless Gutters in Champaign.
Come on. Dogs just won't quit. Neither does Frontline Gold. Its triple action formula is relentless at killing fleas and ticks for a full 30 days. Good boy. Go for the gold.
Good morning, I'm Emily Braun, and these are your Morning Rush headlines from WCIA 3 News. A Hoopeston man will be arraigned later this morning on sexual abuse charges. This is new for you this morning. The incident allegedly happened on the 400 block of East Maple in Hoopeston. A parent and juvenile reported the incident to police, and after an investigation, 29-year-old Raul Acosta was arrested last night on charges of aggravated criminal sexual abuse. A Mattoon man is in custody after he was connected to a weekend break-in. Police were called to the Town and Country Trading Center early Saturday morning, and when they showed up, police say they found 24-year-old Darren Hensley inside the building. Hensley faces multiple charges, including burglary and criminal damage to property. The Champaign County Sheriff's Office is asking the public's help in tracking down a burglary suspect in this week's Crime Watch. It happened at the It'll Do 2 bar on South Lake of the Woods Road in Mahomet on September 5th. The Sheriff's Office says a woman broke in through the window after one failed attempt. She took deposit bags filled with money and cigarettes. The suspect is described as a white woman between 5'4" and 5'6", 140 and 160 pounds. She was wearing a dark maroon or burgundy-colored hooded sweatshirt. A settlement has been reached for a man who was arrested for burning an American flag last year. Britton Mellett burned it over the 4th of July weekend as a part of a political protest last year. The ACLU says Mellett was unlawfully arrested, though, for the act because the Supreme Court says flag desecration is protected speech. Mellett was awarded $15,000. The Danville School Board will vote tomorrow night on dismissing an employee. Greg Lozelle has been suspended as the food service director. He faces 7 felony charges related to stealing thousands of dollars from Danville schools. Make sure you stay with us on WCIX for more news and weather after the break.
You know, if the leaves are piling up in your yard, guess what? They're piling up in your gutters. Call us here at Belden Leaf Guard. We've been around since 1946. The only seamless one-piece system. It's not a gutter cover or a gutter screen like those other guys. That's half the new system. With us, you get a completely new system for virtually the same money, and it does the job.
I like the way that it looks. I like the way that it works.
It's been over a year now since I've had this system installed, and I'm telling you, I've never been on the roof since.
Remember, Leaf Guard, the gutter that never clogs, guaranteed. And if you call now, take advantage of this TV offer only, not on any other advertisement. We'll double your gift with estimate from a $50 to $100 restaurant.com if you call 1-800-GUTTERS today. Take advantage of Leaf Guard on your home for $79 down, $79 a month. You get a $250 gift card as a bonus with purchase, or you can take an additional $250 off. Remember, call now. The TV offer will double your gift with estimate.
My favorite part about my job at All About Eyes is helping people. We really go to great lengths to make our patients happy. Our staff is very thorough, and lenses are made to order in our own lab. This gives patients control over their own eyewear. Giving people options is the biggest thing we do. We have glasses to match any budget or lifestyle. At All About Eyes, it's about going the extra mile to make sure all of our patients are satisfied.
The deals are hot to clear the lot during Carmack Car Capital's year-end clearance. The 2017 models have to go, so the prices are going low. Get the payments you need for the ride of your dreams on a 2017 Honda or Hyundai, priced to move at Carmack Car Capital. The selection, the savings, and your 40-year Ileana Honda dealer, Carmack Car Capital is the place to go for your new Honda or Hyundai. It's year-end clearance time at Carmack Car Capital in Danville.
There can be one and only one most accurate forecast in Central Illinois. And for the 5th year running, the honor goes to Chief Meteorologist Kevin Leidy and the WCIA 3 weather team. Independently certified by WeatherRate, most accurate. When a couple of degrees can mean the difference between rain or snow, you need to know. It's how you plan your day. WCIA 3 is certified the most accurate forecast 5 years in a row. WCIA 3, your local weather leader.
I've been in the hot seat before, but I've never been in the Scott seat. The hot seat just got hotter.
I would like to see the carpet to go.
He's already sounding like a contractor. Property Brothers 2.0 right here.
With HGTV's Drew and Jonathan Scott solving your DIY dilemmas. Then you might want to sit down for this. Make it rain! Plus, one of my favorite talk show hosts, Graham Norton.
You are my hangover TV.
Oh, yeah. Next week.
Rachel Ray, today at 3 on WCIA 3. Certified by WeatherRate as Central Illinois' most accurate for the 5th year running. This is your WCIA 3 forecast first.
It has been a quiet but also a foggy start across central Illinois, something that we're going to have to deal with only for the morning hours. By the afternoon, the fog should be gone, and also some of the light rain that's currently across the area. Now, the warm temperatures that are in place get even warmer. Mid and upper 60s right now will turn to the low to mid 80s as we head into the afternoon. Some sun as we head later on into the day, but mostly just clouds with a few of those showers in place as we head over the next few hours. WCIA 3, your local news leader, starts now.
You're watching your news leader. This is The Morning Show on X49.
Good morning, and thanks for joining us over here on the X. I'm Emily Braun. Governor Rauner has wrapped up his 9-day trade trip overseas, and he's already back to business, signing one bill to help Illinois' economy get back on track. WCIA3's Emily Fannin has the story.
We've got a budget now, so there's no reason for us not to move forward.
The governor and many lawmakers celebrated as they signed an extension on the EDGE tax credit program into law. It will hopefully kickstart more entrepreneurs and businesses to open up shop in Illinois.
It's important for businesses to know that Illinois is not just open for business, but we are aggressively making sure that we are retaining good businesses and attracting good jobs.
The EDGE tax credit has been around for decades, but recently expired in May. And this time around, lawmakers made sure small businesses could dip into the savings. Before, it only benefited big corporations.
The problem with this program in the past is it had been used sort of in a way that as a shield against poaching, and now it's going to be used more of a sword to bring jobs.
Another addition to the program gives bigger tax breaks if businesses decide to open their doors in struggling communities.
For companies that expand in areas with high poverty, high unemployment, there are even extra tax incentives for those companies, and that's a nice advantage.
Rauner says keeping a close eye on those getting a tax break is also a change to the program. Not only will companies have to bring jobs to Illinois, but they'll have to maintain them.
We have not had very good transparency in the past on our EDGE tax credit program, the numbers and the impact. Now tax credit initiatives to be posted online within 10 days of signing.
The changes to the EDGE tax program will last until 2022, and when that time comes, lawmakers can go back and make changes or add more incentives to boost the economy. Governor Rauner did say his trip to Asia was beneficial. He did not get any firm commitments, but says a lot were interested. Major contenders are Japanese automakers Toyota and Mazda. They could build a manufacturing plant that could hire more than 4,000 people. A number of politicians are now considering running for Attorney General. We are your local election headquarters. Lisa Madigan set off a firestorm of speculation when she announced last week she would not seek re-election. And WCIA has confirmed at least 3 Democrats, Senator Kwame Raoul, Representative Elaine Nikritz, and Cook County Sheriff Tom Dart, are serious contenders to try and replace her.
It is a really high visibility office with a lot of potential to be a stepping stone, in addition to making a difference in terms of the issues within the state.
State Representative and Democrat Scott Drury and House Leader Jim Durkin are both former federal prosecutors. Drury could drop his bid for governor for a chance at the AG job. If Durkin jumps in, he would face off against Urbana native Erica Harold in a primary contest. Illinois is even closer to achieving full Real ID federal standards, but now a new law will give people an option to opt out of the upgrade. WCIA3's Raquel Martin keeping us connected to the Capitol this morning. Good morning, Raquel. What do people need to know about this?
Good morning, Emily. Well, if you have a passport, good news, you don't need to rush over to the DMV because they're already federally upgraded and up to standards. But if you don't have a passport and you want to opt out of upgrading, you may run into some issues when you try to fly in a few years. Real IDs have more security features for flying and are a direct response to the 9/11 terrorist attacks. The Secretary of State's office will begin issuing them in 2019. You will need a birth certificate or a passport to apply. Lawmakers say it was important to leave the choice up to the individual. They say they understand not everyone will need an upgrade.
We wanted to give our customers, our citizens, the choice. They can choose if they want a Real ID compliant card and bring in the additional materials in 2019, or if they just want to come in like they always have.
Non-compliant IDs will still be a formal form of identification for things like driving or applying for a job. Updated IDs won't cost you any additional money, and IDs will be mailed in the mail. Now, right now, the state is nearly 100% compliant. They said they will be 100 in October of next year, and they'll start issuing out new IDs in 2019, just in time for that 2020 deadline. That's when every state will have to have Real ID compliant identification cards, and that'll be the only way you'll be able to get on a flight, that or, like I mentioned, using a passport. For now, live in the Capitol newsroom, I'm Raquel Martin, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
Definitely a good thing to keep in mind, especially for travelers. All right, thanks, Raquel. In addition to signing the EDGE bill, Governor Rauner has vetoed a bill that would have given firefighters and police more flexibility with their pensions, and it would have allowed downstate officers to transfer up to 6 years of credit on their pension plans when they switch from the police to fire department or vice versa. Rauner said many of these pensions are close to running out of money, and there needs to be a better fix.
The contributions by the government as well as the employee making almost a 10% contribution out of every check are already in place. It just allows them to keep that credit when they begin their career as a firefighter from being a police officer for that same municipality.
Lawmakers do have the option of overriding the governor's veto in October when they return for that veto session. Park districts are adding new protections to keep predators away. A new law requires park districts run strict background checks on their volunteers. That's a move to weed out sex offenders. Before, only paid employees had this screening. Parents say hearing this news puts their minds at ease.
All children should be protected because they can't protect themselves. So someone has to look out for them. And by the state doing that, I applaud them for that.
Park district volunteers can work with sports teams or help hand out lunches. Park districts already screen for felony drug offenses. Some emergency management agencies across the state won $500,000 in grants, including right here in central Illinois. The money comes from the Illinois Emergency Management Agency, which will help local counties pay for phones, radio-based stations, and more. Edgar County got more than $18,000, Iroquois more than $17,000, and Effingham got more than $12,000. The Illinois Supreme Court is holding a memorial service tomorrow to remember one of their own. The service starts at 2 at the Supreme Court in Springfield to honor the late Justice John Stamos. Stamos was appointed to the Supreme Court in 1988. He retired from the bench in 1990 to work with his son at a law firm. He died on January 28th, and Stamos was 92 years old. The CUMTD is changing the future of transportation. They received a grant for nearly $1.5 million for hydrogen fuel cell electric buses. They won't have a traditional engine, and they won't have emissions. They'll be able to split molecules of water to create both hydrogen and oxygen as fuel.
It's such an awesome process. We can use solar panels like we've got behind us to power the production of the hydrogen fuel, and then the only cost we have in that is water.
They'll be the first in the nation to commercially use the energy-efficient buses, and they plan to get 2 of them in 2019. Each bus costs just under $1.5 million. You were talking about the rain chances we had this morning and in the afternoon. I'll bet farmers are just shaking their heads because they wish this rain would have come earlier in their season.
Really right. I mean, now we did have rain yesterday. That brought us about, I would say, 6/10 of an inch, or just under that, in specific, about 58/100ths. But he was saying, of course, the only thing you really need to, the only cost to those buses in that story right before is the water that you had to find for. And that has been in short supply for us recently, man.
Good point.
Not only that, things have been warming up recently. So once you start to warm things up and you start to see less of that water, now, of course, things, well, they become drier. Thankfully, we got the rain yesterday, but still more of that warm air to come for us today and over the next few. We'll talk about your Tuesday next.
Live from your local news leader, Anthony Antoine. Central Illinois' most accurate forecast with meteorologist Adam Claybon and live reports with Emily Braun. You're watching The Morning Show on X49.
Before I felt sheltered, watched TV all the time, didn't get out much, but since I've had the hearing aids in the last 2 months, I've been playing with my grandkids, weeding, I can hear the birds wonderful, bought me a new Harley, which is a lifelong dream. I don't feel like I have to stay home. I can get out and do different things. I just can't thank Beltone enough. I can't.
Beltone, helping the world hear better.
Level up with the brand new Nissan Rogue Sport with automatic emergency braking that could stop for you. Intelligent all-wheel drive and around view monitor. Wow. Take on today the brand new Nissan Rogue Sport, part of the Rogue family. Lease today starting at just $159 per month or get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 12 models.
Whether you're heading to the beach, traveling for business, or on a family vacation, Central Illinois Regional Airport offers you the world. Connect anywhere you want to go with two of the world's largest airlines, Delta and American, right in your own backyard. Shorter lines, less hassles, and don't forget 2 nonstop destinations to Florida with Allegiant. Free parking, options, easy to use, and when you get back, you can drive home in minutes. Central Illinois Regional Airport means the world at your convenience.
We are the Fighting Illini. Always have been, always will be. You see, the choice is fight or flight. We will always fight. We will always be the Fighting Illini. Hail to the orange.
Now, certified by Weather Rate, Central Illinois' most accurate forecast with meteorologist Adam Claybon.
So the rain that came down last night, of course, is adding some moisture to the atmosphere. We had to deal with the fog this morning, and by the afternoon, these dew points that are higher and kind of muggy and uncomfortable, well, they're going to be more of an issue because temperatures will eventually begin to rise, and that's when you'll feel more of that stickiness. Currently seeing the dew points around the mid and upper 60s, 69 in Effingham. Boy, it seemed like summer was trying to leave us earlier this month, but now it is in place, and, well, it's probably not going to be leaving us for a while as we take a look at the next 7 days. We'll show you more about that here in just a bit, but for this morning and today, lingering showers. Only during the morning hours. By the afternoon, we do dry out. Clearing out for this evening and tonight, and expecting skies to become partially clear. Not completely clear, but we do notice fewer of the clouds, which right now it is cloudy, but it looks like at least the fog is letting up here in Champaign. A few more of those light showers could be possible during the morning, but the afternoon looks to be fine. West winds between 2 to 10, highs in the low to mid 80s, upper 80s in Effingham's case, 89. So a warm one there, and then only dropping into the 60s by tonight. Emily?
Thanks, Adam. Champaign City Council is scheduled to discuss regulations on video gambling at their meeting tonight. They have had 2 study sessions about whether regulations are needed for video gambling establishments. Every place that offers video gambling must also have a liquor license, but some are concerned those places are making the gambling their primary draw instead of beverage or food sales. Others say there's no problem with that. Tonight's discussion will focus on how the city could pose restrictions, and the community is invited to bring input. The ideas will go to staff members who will create an ordinance to bring back to the council at a future meeting. And in Urbana, felons could soon be able to organize raffles. Urbana City Council members are discussing changes to the city's raffle ordinance, and the changes would allow a convicted felon to hold a raffle to coincide with a change made in state law. They would also increase the maximum prize from $50,000 to $200,000. City leaders in Decatur are spending more than $70,000 to keep their downtown free of birds. The council renewed its contract with a bird repellent company for another 3 years. They help keep birds out of the downtown area, including around the Civic Center. The city has done this for more than a decade. The budget in Danville went up $1.5 million this fiscal year, and the mayor says they will have another, quote, rude awakening with the budget presentation this year. He says that pensions are going up $1.5 million, and insurance went up $711,000. So in a 2-year period, total pensions there are going up $3 million. This week, the City Council's Public Works Committee moved sales tax funding away from demolitions for stormwater maintenance. City officials are expected to start budget discussions next week. This week, the Danville School Board will vote on dismissing an employee. We are your classroom connection. Greg Lozelle has been suspended as the food service director. He faces 7 felony charges related to stealing thousands of dollars from Danville schools. School board members will meet Wednesday night to vote on the dismissal. Well, Oakwood schools are adding to their science classes after winning a grant. It comes from Monsanto. The $75,000 will be used to buy Chromebooks and other classroom materials. The elementary school will get supplies to put in their 2 maker spaces. Those are classrooms designed to give students a place to learn the STEM curriculum. We'll be right back after the break.
Ohana Pools, Spas, and Billiards is your family fun store. Customize your backyard with a beautiful in-ground or above-ground pool. Or relax from a long day with a custom-built spa. Ohana Pools works within your budget and backyard, offering professional installations so you'll have the best experience. Then come in to have your water tested. Ohana has all the right products to keep your pool and spa water in perfect condition. Transform your backyard into your own private getaway with Ohana Pools, Spas, and Billiards.
Pressure, I feel it every day. But at night, it's the last thing on my mind. For 10 years, my Tempur-Pedic has adapted to my weight and shape, relieving pressure points from head to toe. So I sleep deeply, but feel light, and wake up ready to perform, even with the weight of history on my shoulders.
Only exclusive retailers carry Tempur-Pedic. Find yours at TempurPedic.com.
Make Pleasant Meadow Senior Living your home away from home. Come and experience fun daily activities, prepared meals, and social events, all in a comfortable, homey atmosphere. Enjoy comfortable living with the companionship of friends and the freedom to do the things you enjoy the most. Exercise and wellness programs are a key feature at Pleasant Meadows. Our well-trained staff provides the best in rehabilitative therapies, giving residents the most advanced, beneficial treatments available. And see if Pleasant Meadows in Chrisman can be your home away from home.
The Illinois State Capitol. Decisions made here affect everyone in Illinois. WCIA 3's Capitol Newsroom team scours the state capitol every day.
Big election coming up in 2018, Governor Rauer.
Investigating, holding lawmakers accountable, breaking the stories and the decisions that affect you, keeping you connected to the Capitol. The WCIA 3 News Capitol Team, your local news leader every day. You're watching The Morning Show from your local news leader.
Gray hair and computers don't always go together. But on one central Illinois farm, an octogenarian is surrounded by computers and 21st century technology. WCIA3's ag reporter Stu Ellis introduces us to him in this morning's Harvest Heritage.
Hello. Yeah, this is Ted.
Ted Shamval will be 81 on Thursday and has not only mastered his smartphone, but has also convinced a global farm equipment company to avoid compressing data files that farmers need to access on today's farm equipment.
But we need software writers who are actually agriculturally oriented people, who understand agriculture and how agriculture works and thinks.
And that gives you a flavor of the conversation with Ted Chambaugh, who farms with his son TJ on the Macon-Piatt County line, and who's remained ahead of the pack all those 81 years.
I've always felt extremely fortunate in the fact that my grandfather and my father both were never encumbered by new ideas or new technology. I have never, ever heard the phrase come out of either one of their mouths, well, we always did it that way, so that's how we're going to keep doing it.
Ted Chambaugh's farming career includes being asked by Monsanto to plant the first Roundup-ready soybeans allowed to be planted by the EPA back in the early 1980s. But his mastery of managing agricultural data is head and shoulders above others.
Well, we've gone from baling wire to pushing buttons. And, you know, those are the kind of things over those many years that's developed. And had I not have stayed with it consistently, I think at least in the last probably 15, 20 years, that you must stay with it all the time or you're behind immediately.
That's our Harvest Heritage Report for you today. I'm Stu Ellis for WCIA 3, your local news leader.
All right, Adam, so rain chances pretty early in the week and then dry through the weekend, right?
Exactly, yeah. We do have the chances around. Yesterday was probably our best chance. We're going to have another decent chance as we head into tomorrow evening with our next wave of low pressure. But this morning, I've seen a lot of rain head its way out of here, and temperatures throughout the nation, at least on the eastern half of the nation, looking to be warm. Of course, about a week or so ago, we were talking about a cool down and how things were feeling a lot more like autumn. Well, autumn just a few days away now, and things beginning to feel a lot more like summer with more of these 70s and 60s at this time during the day. That will only result in quite a warm up as we head into the afternoon over the next couple of days. High pressure helping to funnel in more of that warmth ahead of this area of low pressure too. Now, the frontal boundary you see right here, that's not going to sweep through. Maybe enhance some of the shower and storm activity by tomorrow evening heading into tomorrow night, but it stays north and west of us. We're going to keep this heat in place as we head over the next few days, so remaining hot for late September and also maybe some rain for us over the next few days, but by Thursday we should be drying out by that time. A look at what we're expecting over the next few days temperature-wise. 86 today, but check out the 90s. 91 on Wednesday, also at 90 as we head into Thursday, keeping the 90s in play on Friday, dropping that number back down into the upper 80s Saturday and Sunday, middle 80s by next Monday, but normally we should be right around the upper 70s, so nowhere near that. Today, 86, west winds 2 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, we fall down to 66 degrees. Some passing clouds, but skies should be generally beginning to clear out by that time. Southeast winds around 2 to 5 miles per hour, and heading on into the day tomorrow, that will be the beginning of our 3-day stretch of 90s, and that's also going to be the time where we do expect a chance of maybe a few of those storms to come in towards the evening hours. The winds out of the south helping to bring in some of this heat, as you can see all across the board, pretty much 90s. Danville, you're going to be the one outlier at 89, but isolated storms during the evening, maybe those lingering on into tomorrow night, but they should be gone by Thursday, and afterwards high pressure takes over. Mostly sunny skies for Thursday, Friday, and also to start off our weekend on Saturday. 88 still expected on Sunday. Seeing that number trying to cool down by Monday, but we're still going to be more around those middle 80s. Lows throughout this period, warm, maybe even a bit muggy at times in the mid and upper 60s. Long-term forecasts suggesting more of this above normal type of air mass in place as we're going to be warmer all the way, it looks like, into the beginning of October for October the 1st. And rainfall, well, it does suggest that we should be above normal too for that as we go throughout the same time period. Maybe we can get some of that rain back into place for us, but as of right now, not looking like we're going to see a lot of it over the next 7 days.
How do we say that this fall our guests can earn a free night when they book at choicehotels.com and stay with us just 2 times?
Fall time, bada book, bada boom.
Pumpkin spice cookie?
I'm good.
Book now at choicehotels.com.
We are back. And we are about to talk to a man who talks to dolphins. What the?
Next up. What the?
What the? Shell made entirely of fried egg. The new Naked Egg Taco, only at Taco Bell.
At Shields right now, we're giving away a lifetime powertrain warranty to all our customers. It's a warranty for as long as a person owns a vehicle. It's something only we do in the area, and it's of great value to the customer. I have had people ask, what's the catch? There really is no catch. All you have to do is to do the regular maintenance that the manufacturer requires of the vehicle. And you have a warranty for as long as you own the vehicle. Our slogan is cars cost less than the country. We're only about 13 minutes from Champaign. But how far would you travel for true peace of mind?
Your life is unique, so the end of your life celebration should be too. Maybe you want people to share stories or listen to your favorite music, or perhaps a small, intimate gathering. Whichever you choose, Sunset Funeral Homes will make it happen. I know it's not easy to think about the end of your life, but pre-arranging your services can be the greatest gift that you can give your family. I'm Judy Fraser. If pre-planning is on your mind, I would recommend you make just one phone call, Sunset Funeral Homes and Cremation Centers.
The Illinois Broadcasters Association honors WCIA 3 as Station of the Year. We appreciate the honor. However, our commitment is to you, day in, day out. A commitment to excellence and professionalism in reporting, and a responsibility to our community. Thank you for watching WCIA 3, your local news leader and Station of the Year.
Good morning, I'm Emily Braun, and these are your Morning Rush headlines from WCIA 3 News. Governor Rauner has signed a bill called the Edge Tax Credit. It gives tax breaks to businesses that promise to bring jobs to Illinois. The law also allows companies to make money back on their employees' payroll tax and credits them for training new workers and investing in low-income areas. The Illinois Supreme Court is holding a memorial service tomorrow to remember one of their own. The service starts at 2 at the Supreme Court in Springfield to honor the late Justice John Stamos. He died on January 28th at the age of 92. Another part of Green Street in Champaign is closing tomorrow because of the MCOR project. This time, it's the area between Neal and the railroad tracks. The road will close tomorrow, but businesses will still be open. You can get to them using driveway and alley access along Neal Street. Several sidewalks will be closed on the U of I campus in the next few weeks, but that's not because of MCOR. Starting tomorrow, the sidewalk on the south side of Nevada Street, east of Matthews, will be closed for a few days, and then it will close again on the 25th for utility work. And parts of the sidewalk around Smith Memorial Hall will also be closed for that building's renovation. That also starts on the 25th, but should be done mid-October. Energy-efficient buses will soon roll down the streets of Champaign-Urbana. CUMTD got a grant for almost $1.5 million for hydrogen fuel cell electric buses. They won't have a traditional engine and also won't have emissions. The department will be the first in the nation to commercially use the energy-efficient buses, and they plan to get 2 of them in 2019. Well, that'll wrap up the morning show here on WCIX, but we're heading back to WCIA for the 9 a.m. hour. Make sure you join us for that.
Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram of Hoopeston is your one-stop for the brands you love. Whether you're buying a new or used vehicle or need parts and service, we'll make sure we exceed your expectations. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram of Hoopeston. For more information, visit hoopstonchrysler.com or call today.
The reason I switched my business as a small business owner to Lohman Ray was about relationships and value. They do a great job of providing customer service, explaining things to my employees, explaining things to me as a business owner. That relationship and the value they bring is tremendous, and that's why I've continued to stay with them and anticipate the rest of my career here in Champaign-Urbana.
Lohman Ray Insurance Group, insurance solutions since 1981.
I chose Lakeview because it offered a bachelor's for people that already had a bachelor's in something else through an accelerated program. I'd gone from a guy working in sales to a guy now trying to learn what it's like to be a nurse. The faculty really tries to help people pull out their strengths. They did a great job in helping me make the transition from who I was to who I wanted to be. They taught me how to really care for and about patients.
For more about Lakeview College of Nursing, visit Ask an Expert on IllinoisHomepage.net.
Life could be a dream if I could take you up in paradise above.
Happiness is powerful flea and tick protection from NexGard. NexGard kills fleas and ticks all month long, and it comes in an easy-to-give, tasty chew. And that makes dogs and owners happy. No wonder vets love it too. Reported side effects include vomiting, itching, diarrhea, lethargy, and lack of appetite. See your vet for more information on flea and tick protection you and your dog will love. NexGard, the vet's #1 choice.
Clark Lindsay, the area's only nonprofit life plan community. Limited availability of move-in ready apartments and villas. If you're an active 62-year-old or better, call today to schedule a tour. Among the many amenities are our library, salon, grocery store, and our brand new wellness center. This new complex includes a state-of-the-art fitness center, physical therapy gym, serenity space for massages and meditation, and an indoor pool for recreational use, classes, lap swimming, and therapy. Clark Lindsay, your life, your plan, your community.
With a passion for people and telling stories that impact your life, watch Jessica Coons on WCIA 3 News at 10, your local news leader.
Coming up Saturday, the Pittsburgh Panthers head to Bobby Dodd Stadium to take on the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets.
Saturday on the X. Coverage begins at 11 on X49.
At Ford of Hoopston, our dedicated sales staff has years of experience and cares about every customer's needs. With extensive new and used inventories, they'll help you find your perfect car, truck, or SUV. Visit FordofHoopston.com or call best vehicle buying experience at Ford of Hoopston.
You're watching X49.
Remove the test stick from the foil wrapper and take off the overcap. Holding the test by the thumb grip, place the absorbent tip in urine stream. You got a tinkle on it.
It's not the first time I've done a pregnancy test, Mom.
Really? And why'd you make me read all those instructions? Not important? Let it rip.
Can I have some privacy, please?
Sure. Violet, I just want you to know that if it turns out you are pregnant, I will support you no matter what you decide to do.
Thank you.